Hey everyone, it's Tony Bub with Dub, and today we have something special for you. So Dub has been planning this Dub Action Online Summit, where we're providing actionable advice from thought leaders, innovators, and experts in their field. And today we thought we'd do a little behind the scenes. So this is not the actual event. This is the behind the scenes before Daniel Joseph is going to go on with us next week. But we wanted to kind of show you what it looks like, or what it looks like to get ready for something. So this is super raw. Hey Scott, thanks for joining us. This is super raw, not planned at all, and we're actually going to be coming up with like a little wrap to introduce the show next week. So Daniel, before we get into that, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone like who you are, what you do, where you're from.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you got Tony Dub, director from Dub, live and direct from the virtual hub. And I'm the dream catcher, the supreme master. Usain Bolt quit, but I'd be faster. Together online at the same time, kicking a rhyme to emit the divine. The Action Summit. Matter of fact, you'll love it. Your goals and your dreams, put nothing above it. You got Daniel Joseph, aka Dreamcatcher, author, hip hop artist, rapper, actor, hip hop sales ninja. You call it. Call me what you want as long as you call me.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know I don't even know what to do. That was so great. I think you should just do that. Okay, session over. When you're that talented, it's like, I don't think you need me to be involved. Should I just do like a little beat in between? Like
you could definitely throw me the beat, or we could go back and forth on a rhyme. But those are some like quick little lyrics I thought could be cool to kind of introduce you, myself, and the whole idea around the Action Summit. And what people need to realize is it starts with like a thought and your words, and it's then going to lead into those actions that you're going to make into those habits that's going to get you to the destiny that you're looking to attract, that you desire. So that's why I think this summit is so paramount and important for people to tune in on for.
Right. I love it. And so it's so funny, but part of me is intuitively saying we should just do it now.
Right, yeah.
I mean, if you're open to it, so we could just give it a try and see where it goes. But so before we were talking, so Daniel actually had two topics, and we were kind of going back and forth like which topic to do. So he had this cool topic about dreams, and then also about vision boards. And before I saw one of his posts, I was kind of like so burned out on the whole vision board thing. And he really brought this creative perspective to it, especially for business. And it was a great reminder. So I'd love for you to kind of start there. And that's how we kind of started chatting about which topic he was going to do. So talk about the vision board and how you've kind of implemented that into business.
Please and thank you, Tony. So, when I got started in sales, one of the big things I started doing is I just started putting the name of my company and the logo with my name in the center of a page. And then I would start putting all of the prospects that I wanted to attract at the end of the year. And what it did for me is I would be seeing that every single day. So it was priming my mind. It was also reminding me perhaps to give a call to them. But I also think it was putting out these vibrations and these frequencies that kind of created the circumstances and the discussions to attract. And you would be surprised by the end of the year, like how many of those organizations, companies, communities that I partnered with. And so I've done that on every single company I've ever worked for. And, one story to tell, that was an article I wrote on LinkedIn a few years back, was when I worked for Flight Center, and we were told that the winner of the best salesperson as well as the best team would get to go to Singapore as this big trip. And so the first thing I did is I did my regular exercise of the logos of all the companies I want to attract, but I did a separate one, which was all the pictures of me and my team, and then all these images of Singapore, and put those two together on my kind of bulletin board, vision board. And just, I didn't lay in a hammock and sip a Mai Tai. I obviously did the work and the follow-ups and the action. But at the end,
can I pause you for 1 second? Because I don't want to forget about this. And I want you to kind of bring this concept to some people that are maybe not familiar with it or using it in the sales and marketing world. You talked about vibration and frequencies. So most people would think like that's woohoo talk. I want you to talk about your perspective on that and why that's important to bring that into your sales strategy.
Sure. Well, I mean, that was a proof that what I vibrationally put out there attracted, because we ended up winning team of the year. I didn't get rep of the year, but we had team of the year. We ended up having this amazing opportunity to go out to Singapore. And when you think about frequencies and vibrations, what you have to realize is that the universe is nothing but frequencies and vibrations. You look at gravitational waves. If you look at the red shift, if you believe in, the expansion of the universe and evolution, the ohm is just a hum. It's just a cosmic sound that's going through. And when you drop a rock in a pond, what do you see? You're seeing ripples. Everything has a kind of a cause and effect, which is just measured by waves. And if you look at like Michikaku, who's a well-known futurist, they talk about string theory. And you break it down from the macrocosm of the universe and planets forming to the microcosm that is in our bodies, to ourselves, to the dancing filaments. These are all just waves of energy, just on the micro scale and the macro scale. So sending out vibrations, just because you can't see electricity doesn't mean my light's not illuminating my face right now. So I think it's key for people to realize you have to have some level of belief in the unseen, because you can't see gravity, but my phone just dropped.
Right. And I also like to explain to people. So I love how you said that from a very simplistic explanation of vibration, that everything is made up of energy, right? It's 99.999% energy. And regardless of what you believe in, that's just the fact, right?
Mhm.
And then I like to say, like, the best example is trying to explain it to my grandmother. It's like, when you go in the room and everyone says, "Oh, that person lights up the room," or their energy is so great. Like, it's actually a literal thing. And there can be such thing as a high vibration, right? A more positive vibration and a lower vibration. So I think it's cool when it's almost like a magnet when you can have that higher vibration and it matches with another vibration. It's kind of like they attract. And that's why I think it's so neat that a lot of the time, that's the whole law. We can get into the law of attraction and everything, but the simple way is that we often forget that it's such an important part of our daily lives, whether we are aware of it or not. So,
People
how
call
do you?
it auras. People call it auras. When you walk into a room, someone can either be the vampire taking the energy out of the room, or the opposite, lighting up the room, illuminating the room. And people's auras can be small, they can be large. There was a study about snipers who could actually see that the person hundreds of meters away kind of had a sense that they would turn almost like someone was watching them. And we've all had that feeling where we feel like someone's watching us. And that was a really interesting study, that from such a distance, snipers were able to pick up that there was a reaction where they kind of felt like someone was watching them right before they got sniped.
Right. So kind of walk us through your process. I know you said that you put your logo in the middle and then the company's logos around, or like, how do you even get to that point? Like, how do you put together your strategy of who you're going to target?
That's a great question. So, I mean, regardless of what kind of business you're in, your vertical, your organization, your solution that you're positioning, you probably have some sort of territory and target demographic that you're looking at. And that target market, that's where you want to create your lists. And whether you purchase lists or you just go through and look at Google and create your list through for my instance, Parks and Recreation is what we target a lot of. So Texas, beautiful state of Texas, is one of my territories. So what did I do? I went in, I looked at all the major metropolises in Texas, in conjunction with who are we already working in Texas. So if you already have some clients, use those clients as the success stories to then build it out. Start talking to neighboring communities or neighboring companies that are similar to what's already the success story of your current clients. If you don't have any clients, you're starting from fresh, start off with the big fishes. Put those as your white whales on your vision board. And then also start to put in your medium and your small guppies as well, because you want some small wins. To really build momentum and confidence. And then you also then want those bigger ones, but you need to also have the goal and the gusto for those big white whales, because what's the worst thing that can happen? They say no, or it just takes a long sales cycle to get it. So you create that list, and then from there it's picking, which ones are the most important, the most strategic for your territory success and benefit, and then starting to put those images or just the names of the companies on that vision board of yours, and then using that as the mantra of going back and being like, yes, they want my solution, they need my solution, and kind of echoing that in your mind. And what I do, Tony, every day is I start off with gratitude. I give just the appreciation for all that I have, and I get deep from the hair on my skin to the magnetic pull that we get from the center of our earth to our our stratosphere and atmosphere. And then it gets me in a position where I can start to really be gratitative to visualize what I want for the day, and then echoing that with some really positive affirmations around, everyone wants my solution. I'm a great salesperson, adding value to people's lives. Sales calls are easy, cold calls are enjoyable, and you put out all those challenges. I don't want any traffic. There is no traffic. You really got to put out what there is. I mean, the worst case is, yeah, there's some traffic and you're a little disappointed.
I love that, because I was actually going to ask you something like, so you have this vision board. So what's the daily practice that goes along with that? So it sounds like you're doing gratitude affirmations. Are these personal, or did you get these from somewhere? Where could people find? Is there like a list of them somewhere? Or you have a blog that you can include?
No blog. I should get on the blog. I mean, everyone's got a podcast these days, it seems. But no, for me, I just read books. I mean, Deepak Chopra, Tony Robbins, those are probably two of the big kind of influencers that they do these practices. And I think just keeping it simple to those three. And I've written this article before on LinkedIn around daily reminders and the power of daily reminders. And so part of that was the vision boards, because of visualization techniques, but it's the constant reminders. So putting stuff like on your phone, which I do. So you have that alert at 7:08, I'm doing gratitude. 7:18, I'm doing visualization. 7:28, I'm doing then the affirmations. And so them always then keeping myself accountable to do that. But I think with technology, you also should do it handwritten, because writing out your goals tangibly actually creates more connections, and more synapses are firing and striking like lightning.
Right. Yeah, I actually write things down in, I think, like 3 or 4 places. I have like 10 notebooks. I have it in the calendar. So that's definitely important. And I love how you're talking about keeping it simple. I think sometimes when we try to include too many things, then we end up not doing them at all.
Yes.
And also I loved how, what was it? You said about the affirmations, the visualization, the gratitude. Oh, there was something else that you said that I liked. I can't remember, but anyways, I just like how the overall concept seems very achievable and simple. So
absolutely. I think the simplicity is what's needed. I think we live in sometimes a world that we make complex or too complicated. And when you create too many steps, it kind of goes back to that Will Smith quote that, if you try to think about building a wall, it's very daunting. But if you just put all your time, energy, passion into that brick, focus on that brick, and brick by brick, you put all your time and attention on it, soon enough you have that wall. I'm paraphrasing the quote, but it's a powerful quote. And it's what we do daily, those habits that can chip away and chisel the masterpiece sculpture that we're trying to be.
Right. I remembered what it was. I love that you were actually scheduling this stuff on your calendar. Ooh. So I literally not used to, because I already did it, obviously, but I scheduled like even times to take a break to breathe during the day, to do breathing practices. Ooh. And it's like, you schedule everything else in your day. Why not schedule these types of things? To me, this is personal and professional development combined, because it's not only good for your well-being and state of mind, it helps you once you're in the grind, like you're doing the work, and to help you achieve your goals at work as well. So, yep. So if someone were to just give us a quick summary, if someone wanted to start achieving their goals, kind of going after some new clients or bigger clients, walk us through just start to finish. How would they start taking action tomorrow? Real quick, just a quick summary.
So you find out the area you want to start with. And once again, if you have a big territory, start on a specific one, because you want to be spread thin. So find that kind of hot spot, find your target market, strategize on just those, write down the ones you want. And like all goals, the more specific we are, the better. So don't just say, I want to, land all of the yoga studios in Houston. Get the specific names of all the high chains and all of the rec studios, and and have those. So the more specific we can get, the better we have to, a chance of obtaining it. So then create that list. Put yourself in the center of that page. Write down those companies that you want to go for, those communities you want to partner with. Put it in a highly visible place, some place where you're always doing your work, so you can always be getting some inspiration. Off topic or not offline, when we were talking before we started recording, we talked about the piece of art behind me, and the things around us influence our mind, our thoughts. So you want to put yourself in a very positive, thought-provoking environment, and you want to have those daily reminders to keep you on point, because there's 80 to 100,000 thoughts a day. So how do we maintain focus? How do we cut through the repeat and the negative rhetorics and the self-deprecating thoughts? Even daily reminders, your vision board, those affirmations, focusing on it, and even just writing down a few notes on some post-its of, you can do it, cold calling is easy, you are awesome, today is going to be a good day. These are simple phrases that you can just remind yourself, so that when you're not perhaps having that cheery, high energy day, it can pick you up.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because everyone, oh, my light just went out. Everyone needs reminders. I think it's crazy. I don't care how many books you've read, how many conferences you've gone to, how much you think you're an expert in anything, or I'm a professional lover of life. Like, I still need the reminders. And I think I even told you this when I saw your post. I was like, thank you so much. I think that's a humbling experience when you can admit, like, I still need those reminders. So never think that, like, you're too good for the freaking reminders, because you always need reminders. That's for sure. Now, I want to go ahead.
Don't forget sometimes, like, we can have read a great book and it's in the moment we forget that. And we're all human, and we will sometimes forget our training and our teaching. And that's why it is very important, as you say, Tony, to have those reminders, because once and again, you might fall from grace, but you can wipe that egg off your face and get right back on the horse.
I love that. Okay, so now I want to transition. Scott, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for commenting. We're so glad that you're here and that you love the series. It wasn't supposed to be the actual series yet, but I knew that Daniel would kind of just go with the flow. And I think this is great to show leaders out there, if you're an expert in what you do, if you love what you do, if you're passionate, me and Ruben, the CEO of Dub, we're talking about, you should be able to get on, go live, and talk about that stuff. There should be no preparation needed if you're an expert and you believe in what you're doing. So I think that's why I felt intuitively, I'm like, let's just roll with it, So I want to transition into talking about dreams, though, because I think a big part of this series of the Dub Action online series, it's going to be talking about, or blending together, the passions of leaders between their personal and professional. And that's why I want us to kind of end with this fun little part about dreams, and how even dreaming can apply both in a personal and a professional aspect. So go ahead, take it from here, Daniel. I'd love to hear what you have to say about dreams.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And, dreams are so important, because they actually give you a window into your subconscious thoughts. It's a combination of your memories, your imagination, and it really allows you to exercise your imagination in a very safe place. It also can provide the potential of what is out there. I wrote a book a few years back in 2011, and I hope you got your book. I forgot to ask you if you got it. I shipped it out to you, Tony, so I shipped you a couple copies. So let me know when you get them.
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now, so it should have. It should have went to my home base address.
Absolutely. So hopefully you'll get that.
I can't wait to read it.
It's called Me, My Dreams, and I, and it's really based on how dreams and reality are intertwined. And it started off as just an experiment I was doing on myself around dream recall, and I was in my early 20s and learning about really the effects of intoxication had on my ability to remember dreams. And from there, I studied and documented my dreams in a dream journal for 2 years. And then from there, I realized that there was this whole realm of dreams that needed to be explored. And so I started just doing more research on dreams throughout history. Like the Egyptians, for example, they had the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and they were talking about the book of master hidden places. And the hidden places were within your mind. And that was referring to dreams. And even my name, Daniel Joseph, my parents are Christian, and the Bible talks about these two characters. One is Daniel, who's a prophet. He used to have night visions and kind of be able to predict various things in the future. And then there was Joseph, who was, Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. He was a dream catcher who pharaohs used to predict various things like war, famine, disease, and the pharaohs would tap into his ability. So the fact that my name's Daniel Joseph, and I've kind of dubbed myself the Dreamcatcher as my hip hop artist name. It's kind of serendipitous, and I really then started to learn more about dreams, from Edgar Cayce to most people are aware of Nostradamus and his ability to utilize dreams to predict pretty accurately future events in what we call, premonitions or forecasts. Even people like Sigmund Freud used dreams and thought it was like a way to exercise your mind. And the cool thing about dreams is that when you tap into your dreams, you actually can make some of these dreams come true, because we've all had deja vu. And deja vu is a form of us being able to send out precursors of what possibly could be. I've got this song called Deja Vu, where I say, you think about someone, the phone rings, and guess who that other line brings?
Mm-hmm.
And it is exactly that. You have that moment where you have it just happen, and you're like, I've been here before. And I wanted to share with people how they can remember their dreams more. And so part of it is priming yourself before you go to sleep at night, kind of priming your mind that you're going to remember your dreams, keeping a pad of paper and pen by your bedside. And within the first few moments of coming out of kind of that subconscious, unconscious dream realm, write down your dreams that you remember right away. Because
let me ask you a quick question. How do you, when you say prime yourself, what does that mean? Like, is there like do you say, can you even say like, I set an intention to remember my dreams? Like, what's
That's exactly it. Setting an intention, paying attention to your intentions. So priming yourself, and Tony Robbins talks a lot about that too. So you're priming your mind, you're setting the intention. It's just like if you're struggling with going to sleep and perhaps insomnia, or not to that extreme, but you're having trouble sleeping, putting yourself in a state where you're relaxed and putting out that I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight, I'm going to have restful sleep. Putting these intentions into your mind will help, versus I really hope I'm not up all night. I mean, you're attracting the thing you didn't want to happen, which we all do. There's a book by Will Bowen called The Complaint-Free World. And I challenge anyone, don't complain for 21 days and see what happens. Because when you complain, therefore you are. You complain and you attract the very same thing that you were complaining about. And so going back to the dreams, you want to put in those positive intentions of remembering the dream, having positive dreams to avoid night terrors and things of that nature. And with so many thoughts that rush in when you awake, from I have to brush my teeth or go to the bathroom to I've got to start working on that report or sales quotas or whatever have you, you'll lose that dream if you want to recall your dream. And the thing is, dreams can teach us a lot about what we're going through. And so the more we can quiet our mind, the more we can understand our internal world, it will help us to even better navigate our external world. And there was a quote that someone had said that silence is a bridge to the infinite. And that's where I think meditation comes in. And when you really can be quiet, and in that quietude, you can find that infinite potential, that untapped, well of just the impossible and possibilities.
I absolutely love that. So try to help some of our audience out in transitioning how this can apply to, achieving our dreams, right? Because I almost feel like sometimes it's cliche to use that word. Like, I have a dream. Like, I think I maybe used to like say, oh, my dream job. I think I even used it recently, but I think it's because it's such a it's everyone still thinks that way. But how could we apply this practically into our professional world?
So that's so true, that words like authenticity, value, dreams, they're used quite a bit, especially on LinkedIn. And
Right.
I'm okay with that. It becomes saturated, but it's funny. We talk about dreams. I mean, it was just Martin Luther King Jr. Day just on Monday, and I did a post and posted his "I Have a Dream" speech, and I had said it was one of the most, and it is one of the most iconic phrases of all time. And he taught us not just about equality or civil rights, but he also taught us about we have to dream about what could be. We have to think about the invisible and see how we can make that visible, how we can turn that unseen into being the seen. And I turned dream into a acronym, which the acronym for dream is deeply realize everything around me. And
Ooh, I like that.
that goes back to being aware. And the more mindful we are, the more conscious we are of our thoughts, of our emotions, we're able to then control our actions and our reactions. We're going to be able to improve our relationships, our communication skills, our sales, our business strategies, because we are more mindful. And the universe is always sending us frequencies or feedback. It's always communicating with us. Sometimes it's hitting you over the head, but most of the time it's very subtle. And it could just be like a simple thing of, I was thinking about going to the grocery store, and I decided, I wanted to get soup. And when you turn down that aisle, you maybe run into someone you haven't seen in a while. And it's about that. You didn't turn down the aisle, you probably didn't run into them, and the circumstance doesn't open up. And so sometimes it's just a whisper. And the more you can be mindful, you can pick up on those whispers. And dreams is where your body shuts down and is in rest mode, which allows your mind to just enjoy the whole playground of what could be. That's when people take a lot of hallucinogenic drugs. They're able to do a lot more with their mind, but their body shuts down. The same thing is within dreams. I mean, that's why DMT, that drug is actually, the source is through dreams. And so that's where you're able to tap into that unknown, because you're able to not have to navigate using your hands and your body. Your mind can just be able to be free. And so I think for people, if you're fascinated about dreams, start to learn to recall them, and you'll start to see patterns. You'll start to see things of why maybe you're having that dream, and then you can learn from it. And when you can start to learn lessons from your dreams into your reality, imagine if you could be learning, studying while in REM sleep in your dreams.
I think that would be the dream.
That is the dream. That is what is possible for our celestial human ability, if we can tap into it.
That's awesome. Ooh, both such great topics, but this dream topic just, I absolutely love it. So let's just go ahead and wrap it up, just to give a quick summary. If people are interested in either creating a vision board or starting to interpret their dreams, what are 2 things they can start putting into action tomorrow or today, whenever they're ready?
Yesterday. So you take a pad of paper and you take a pen. Keep it old school. Keep it simple. And from there, writing down your goals, the things that you want to achieve in the week, in the month, in the year. If you're a business person, the companies you want to track, the deals you want to land. And same thing with the dreams. I mean, it's very healthy to write down your dreams, big audacious dreams, and also those realistic ones. And then dreams in terms of the tangible, writing down your dreams. Keep that pad and paper by your bedside and write down your dreams. Because the other thing is, you will have some of the most profound aha moments in that transition from that dream realm back to reality. And that's when you need to either write it down, or put it on your phone, whatever have you, but capture them. Some might be gibberish, some might not be that powerful, but some could be game changers. And so write them down. Try to document everything from your mind, and then from there filter out what you'd like. And what I'd say is just always have that optimistic heart with everything that you do. If you feel it's going to be a sunny day, you may be disappointed when it's cloudy, but you'll probably attract more sunny days.
Oh, well, I love that. And I love that you brought up the complaining, because I actually did a post about this recently, and I'm very self-aware. And I'm actually a very positive person. It's one of my strength finders, right? So the fact that I noticed myself complaining and like I couldn't seem to shake it was like driving me nuts. So
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna, and I do practice a lot of what you're saying, not consistently though. I will say that. So, I'm definitely gonna be putting a lot of this into practice. I already started my vision board for work and setting those goals there. And I think I'm a little scared to interpret my dreams right now. So that one might be on the back burner. But after I read your book, it might provide some inspiration for me.
Absolutely. I know you have a story to tell, Tony, and I'll leave you with another kind of little we'll call it a poet after that great poet laureate crushed it yesterday at the inauguration. I'll kick a rhyme that'll intertwine your dreams and reality within your mind, but then combine the body and the soul so that you shine and forever glow. You know, oh, of course you do. Why do we hold ourselves back as we often do? The creator of your destiny, the boss is you. So if you're losing in life, then the loss is you. You. It's all up to you. You. It's all up to you. You. It's all up to you. So what you gonna do?
Woohoo! I love it. Well, way to kick off the Action Online Summit. I don't think we could have had a better person to do it officially. So thank you so much. If anyone's interested or you want to refer someone to come and have some fun with me, talk business, talk dreams, talk esoteric things, we are here to inspire leaders to kind of get out of their shells and step into their true selves, and also to offer inspired action, right? Because you have to have that action. You can't just sit there and meditate. You can't just sit there and talk about it. There has to be actionable steps. So we're here to sit here and talk, have great conversation, but also provide you with things that you can start doing today. So thank you so much, Daniel. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Find me on LinkedIn. That's where you can really find me. Daniel Joseph is my legal name. So holler at me, and I'd love to just see your content and share ideas. And we evolve as the earth revolves, and the world gets better with the problems we solve. So let's solve them together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time. Tune in. Woo-hoo.